As workplaces evolve at a rapid pace, our approach to leadership, team building, and cultivating talent must evolve seamlessly. Today's discussion will shed light on how organizations can master talent attraction and redefine leadership in the face of constant change. Starting with Her Excellency Mesa, as workplaces transforms, organizations need to rethink leadership to meet the demands of a changing workforce. In your experience, how can organizations adapt their leadership approaches to meet the needs of tomorrow's workforce?
Thank you, Rhoda, and good morning to everyone. So I believe that mastering talent attraction and leadership is just like building a house. From the foundation, to the walls, to the roof, to the rooms, they all serve a unique purpose. And they're all essential. And basically, they're all essential in inspiring the person living in the house, making it safe for them, and making it feel like a home. Similarly, in organizations, creating opportunities, fostering collaboration, and ensuring that there is potential for them is important. It's like constructing a house where talent wants to live. So if we start out with the foundation, which is like the purpose and the values, basically, redefining leadership begins with laying a strong foundation that can carry everything that will stand on it. And just as a house needs this type of stable foundation to support it, organizations also need a clear purpose. They need values to guide their leadership. Today's workforce is not just looking for jobs. They're looking for meaning and purpose that align with their values. So having said that, to meet the needs of tomorrow, to meet the need of tomorrow's workforce, leaders must create environments that inspire collaboration, innovation, and a sense of belonging. It's all about empowering individuals, giving them opportunities that are meaningful. Having said that, I want to say that I am a living example of this philosophy in action. When I joined MAN as employee number 3, I joined in a director's role, but I believe that the organization saw way more than just a title. They saw potential in me. They gave me the chance to lead, to dream big, and to build. I was trusted to lay the foundation for initiatives and for things that did not exist, to structure teams that were waiting waiting for direction, basically, and to shape a vision that inspired both people and progress. Today, as an executive director, I'm not just managing what exists. I'm driving real change. We've launched projects that touched lives, fostered connections, and created tangible impact. From small beginning, I was empowered to grow into what now sets the stage for others to rise as well. This is what redefining leadership looks like. Investing in people and letting them flourish. It's this lived experience that fuels my belief that when organizations create a culture of trust, when they give opportunities, and when they show that there is a purpose, they not only are able to get talented people, but they're able to ignite transformation from within.
That's a great perspective, Your Excellency, particularly on fostering a purpose-driven approach. Building on this, I'd like to turn to His Excellency Ghanem. Your Excellency, from a sports perspective, how can the dynamics of sports inspire and influence business practices?
Thank you, Rada, and I'm very honored to be with you today. And I was excited when I called to attend this summit. And my deepest heart, I always believed that sport, from an early stage, that it could teach us a lot of capability and build our soft skills. And also, there is a huge fundamental principle that's shared between businesses and sport. And the dynamic of a sport can really teach us a lot. Many practices in sport that if we take them inside, that it will show you how much there's similarity between the business environment and managing human capital, and how you clarify for your team the strategy and the mission and the contingency plan for any circumstance that's happened within sport that's applicable in the business industry itself. And who drive that, the individual, I would say, skilled, which their contribution to the overall team, that it will lead to achieve the main purpose. And the role of the leader to make sure that the clarity of their vision, the clarity of the purpose of the team, where they are going, what's there for them, and especially when you have a lot of talented individual, sometimes it's hard to bring them all together in their specialty, in their area. In sport, you have different skills, different capability, but without having a proper strategy, proper skills. In football, you will have the striker, you will have the goalkeeper, but they always, somebody has to communicate that, so everybody will work together. It's exactly the same in the work environment. And from my experience, I always have seen a lot of practices, but we will stress into the clarity of the vision, the identification of the talent, how the teamwork that will serve the purpose of the mission, and the resilience of the team, how they can work during the downstream of the business. When the market change, how the agility of that team to adopt the contingency plan. Because when you start the game, you have a proper squad and a proper setup for let me talk about football, for example, soccer. When I say football, maybe somebody will go to the American football, but I'm talking about soccer. There is 11 players, but those players have a clear technique before the game. But when the game starts, there is another opponent that it will have a different strategy. So how much that the team and the coach have already gave I would say, the second plan to the team. It's exactly at the work. So we work, when the good time, everybody is happy. But when things go wrong, people get into unclear action. That's where the leader has to come and identify the route of the direction of the organization to keep, maybe they change the plan, but they don't change the goal. So the leadership has a lot of responsibility to maintain the clarity of the mission and the vision, and the mission and the plan of the team. Also incubating the talent, especially if they are young and just started their career within the organization, because we lose a lot of talent because of oversighting their capability, because their ambition, they might be more actionable, more they need more clarity than the others. Also to build the teamwork environment. So I think this is where we can learn from sport.
So, Your Excellency, let's dive deeper into how sport lessons translates into actionable strategies for success. From your perspective, how can specific sports insights be applied to business practices?
Okay, in sport, I will give you an example. That's when I was Al Ain club chairman, football chairman during the participation in the World Cup, the Club World Cup, 2018, and maybe somebody here from that time have seen the achievement of Al Ain, and that where they have reached to the final versus Madrid. But before that, we were identifying how far we can go in that competition. So we identified the first game will be easy, and we were thinking about the second game. But when we started the match, by the first half, we were losing 3-0, and by the last 2 minutes, we scored one. So we went to the dressing room. Everybody was out of their control, the coaches, the players, and I looked at the atmosphere, and I saw there is a losing energy in the room. So I was cheering everyone, and I said, well done. At least we scored one goal in the 45 minutes, so we have another 45 minutes. And everybody is waiting for the team to come up. We know we have underestimated the opponent, and the team have changed from a negative energy to willing to start the game again. And in that particular game, we managed to play the penalty scores, and we achieved the final. We faced different champion from the champ of Africa and South America, but they were not even in the dream that we could win that game. So the lesson here, just when things go wrong, you as a leader, you have to make sure that your true north is there, your value, your principle, how much you have to add to the team in order to bring them back, to make sure that the team is focused into the goal, not the plan. The plan changed in between the two halves. The team should be always engaged with your mission, remembering what's there for them, how much they could gain out of their the market that when it's changed, how much that, because during a lot of crisis and COVID-19, a lot of companies have not managed to come back because they lost the spirit of the team. And there is a lot of companies have gained out of this crisis. And this is how we manage team during different up and down and keep them on track to achieve their goals.
So, Your Excellency, speaking of teams, let's explore the human element further. So, does the position of someone playing on a football team, such as a goalkeeper, striker, or defender, reflects or shapes their personality traits and characteristics?
Who plays soccer here? What position? Defender. Any others? See, there is a four position in football: striker, midfielder, defender, and goalkeeper, which is the main. And that's also, you can find those positions in the work environment. Striker, it's always risk taker, taking opportunity, trying we always call them very selfish, but because they know they could miss 9 goals, but then they score 1 goal, and everybody will cheer for them. But when you are a goalkeeper or defender, maybe you save 10 times, but you make 1 mistake, you will be tackled and attacked. It's exactly the same in the work environment. So, and those skills that we learn through sport, in an early stage, I always insist family to put their kids in the early childhood in sport, because that's where you build your soft skills. You learn how to communicate with your team. You learn how to be more adaptable to communicate, because team, you might, one of the worst things that you can have a lot of stars in the team, but there is no communication. They will never achieve their goal. So position in the game, in the field, it's exactly the same in the work environment. So you need to identify your striker. You need to identify your goalkeeper. You need to identify and make sure they play to complement each other, to have a full, strong team that it could achieve the organization objectives and goals.
Thank you for sharing those strategies, Your Excellency. Let's turn back to Her Excellency Maysa. Your Excellency, resilient teams are essential to navigating today's dynamic and fast-changing world. What strategies can help build resilient teams capable of navigating constant change? And how can educational institutions like ADJM Academy contribute to preparing future leaders?
Thank you. So allow me to continue the analogy of the house, building the house. Resilient teams are like walls of the house. They provide strength and structure while adapting to so many different challenges, rain, snow, you name it, storms. To build resilience, organizations need strategies that emphasize adaptability, collaboration, and a culture of innovation. One effective strategy is exposing teams to real-world challenges where at the end, they will have to collaborate and adapt. Another is creating psychological safety. What is psychological safety? It's creating the safe space that you take risks, that you fail, but get up again and succeed. How many of you here have taken risks in their businesses or in their work, failed, and got up again? Great. See, so you made it at the end of the day. It's okay to take risks. It's okay to fail because you'll succeed at the end. But a lot of people are even afraid to take these risks. But that's very important. Institutions like ADJM Academy can play a significant role here. What can they do? They can strengthen these walls by offering training in areas like agile leadership, crisis management, and emotional intelligence, which are all essential for preparing leaders to navigating the constant changes. And as we all know, there's one thing that's constant in life, it's change. I'll give you a life example that I've seen in MAN. We created a program at the beginning of MAN called Journey of Generation. This program was targeted for seniors to address loneliness, isolation, and how active they are. So this program was fully run by MAN. But we had volunteers with us running the program. We saw potential in one of the volunteers. And we approached him. We told him, you know what? There's a lot of potential in you. How about we train you and build your capabilities so you become a volunteer leader? And volunteer leaders are able to lead all of the volunteers and part of the program. He excelled in being a volunteer leader. He was able to take decisions, overcome hurdles. He was very resilient. And then we were like, you know what? Why don't we license him to become a volunteer group? And being a volunteer group is just like a company. So we're able to finance him, support him financially, and maybe even spin off the whole program to him. He was very reluctant at the beginning. He was like, no, I'm going to have to handle finances and teams and run like a business. I don't think I can do that. I told him, but we see that there's a lot of potential with you, and we will support you. We will have your back until you're able to stand up on your feet. We licensed him as a volunteer group. They're called Rabdan Volunteer Group now. We spun off the program to him. He not only runs the Journey of Generation program in an amazing way, and he has succeeded, but he now has created his own set of programs. He gets financial support not only from MAN, but from other entities, and he not only runs these programs in Abu Dhabi, but he's been requested by Dubai, Sharjah, different Emirates to come run the programs, even representing Abu Dhabi outside the country. What does this show us? That getting the opportunity, being resilient, not being afraid to take risks, fail, stand up, at the end, you succeed.
That's an inspiring perspective, Your Excellency. It highlights that leadership is not just about strategy, but also creating an environment where people can thrive. I'd like to close with one final thought from Your Excellency. So, Your Excellency, what is one piece of advice you would give to organizations looking to attract and retain top talent in today's competitive environment?
So again, continuing the analogy of the house, attracting and retaining talent is just like building a roof. The roof, what does it provide? It provides direction, protection, and purpose to the organization. A vision-driven culture does the same. It inspires talent by showing them that their work contributes to a larger mission. When individuals see that their efforts align with meaningful purpose, this allows them to grow and stay loyal to the organization. A strong vision acts as a uniting force, driving collaboration and innovation. I was watching the panel of His Excellency Khaldoon Al-Mbarak, who I really look up to, at the Milken Institution panel in Dubai. And he said one thing, I'm not sure if you probably have heard it if you've seen the panel. He said, vision and leadership are critical, and that's what makes this country unique. And who won't agree with this? Having said that, my one piece of advice would be prioritize creating a culture where purpose and growth opportunities go hand in hand. Employees today want to feel that their contributions matter and that they are part of something bigger than themselves. Organizations that have clearly communicated their vision, align it with their employees' goals, and provide meaningful opportunities will naturally attract and retain talent.
Your Excellencies, it is clear from this discussion that redefining leadership is essential to navigating the future of work. Ladies and gentlemen, we must focus on creating inclusive, adaptable, and purpose-driven workplaces that not only attract talent, but also inspires loyalty and innovation. I encourage everyone in the audience to reflect on these insights and consider how you can contribute to building the teams and leadership structures of tomorrow. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.